Hi, my name is Michael Ashton, and today I'm going to run through how to use Ulterior Campaign Manager to conduct RFM analysis. So what is recency frequency monetary analysis? So it's a marketing technique used to determine quantitatively which customers are of highest and lowest value to an organisation based on three factors. Recency, so this is how recently the customer made a purchase. Frequency, how often they purchase. And monetary, how much the customer spends. So these factors can be used to help predict how likely that is that the customer will repurchase. This analysis can then help to focus marketing activities on certain customer segments to increase a customer's spend frequency, or you might want to increase the average order value of a customer. So within Campaign Manager, you can use the historical performance tool and embed that within a crosstab to give you a report. So in this example, we have the units of time. In this case, this is the last 6 months leading up to today's date. And on the left hand side we have the quantity of orders. So this cell here is telling us that 6 customers made 5 purchases within the last 1 month. So that's telling us the recency element and the frequency, but you can also use the drop down list to change the report to show us the order value, which is your monetary element. So if I now change this, you can see quantitatively how much these pots of people mean to the business. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this within Campaign Manager. So first of all, if I just open up the historical performance tool. So the scenario we're going to go through is look at how frequently customers have purchased within the last 6 months. So here in the recency element, typically you would put something like the last order date. So this is the order date for my transaction table. I'm going to select compare the last 6 months, but you can select weeks, years, even days and hours and minutes here. But I'm just going to change that to 6. And the report through, this is where we're counting the 6 months up until. So you might want to do a sort of a round month, for example, but I'm going to do up to today's date. Then the frequency, so what are we counting? So we're going to count the customers, and you can select the depth. So here we're just going to show the lowest to highest, but we might want to do the lowest end values to limit the report to show only 6 orders, for example. So here automatically we have the count of customers added in as a measure, and I'm just going to give that a name of count of customers. Just double check that the format's correct. So that's numeric with a separator, but we'd also want to add in the order value. So if I just drag that in, so that will sum the order value, and if I just give that a name as well of order value, and we'll set the format to be currency with a separator as well. So that's given me the count of customers and the order value. You might also want to do something like a average order value, and you can use the calculated measure tool to do that. So we can sort of divide the count of customers or divide the order value by the count of customers. So if I just add in the order value here, divide that by the count of customers, and I'll give that a currency format, and I'll give that a name as well of average order value. Great, okay, so that's the report's kind of set up, but now we want to embed that logic within a cross tab. So if I just open up a cross tab here, and what you can actually do is just drag that logic into the cross tab, and that automatically will populate all the elements within the cross tab. So now if I just spin this around, we have our RFM report. So as you can see here, we've got the months at the top and the quantity of orders here. So this cell is telling us that 7 customers have purchased 5 times within the last 1 month. The good thing with it being in Campaign Manager is that you can action upon these insights. So for example, you might want to try to convert these customers, so this pot of 13,432 customers that have only purchased once within the last 6 months, you might want to make them more frequent spenders with the business. So you can highlight the cell and then just drag that out, and that's now a segment of customers that you can target for campaigning activity. So it's really useful to try and really target particular pots of people. Here on the drop down, you've got your different elements here, so I can select order value and you can see how much revenue these pots of people have brought in over these times. So if we can actually get that pot of people to spending more regularly, that would mean a lot of revenue for the business. Okay, great. So that's just one way you might want to use Campaign Manager to conduct RFM analysis, and then action upon that analysis for marketing activity to increase revenue. Thank you very much.